Alright, well, we decided to take a small little break there. A small little break, which would make that a very tiny break. That was pretty intense. So I figured it's about time for us to get back into the action though. But first, we're gonna do something different now. Every time that I record, because I record multiple videos, maybe 4 or 5 of the same game, every time that I start recording, I want to ask you guys a question. Hope you guys are alright with that. Question today is, just what kind of games do you enjoy? That's it, very simple. What genre, what type, what's your favorite game, that kind of deal. And what kind of games do you want to see on this channel? Because I would love to know your opinion even more. I'm sure that as you guys have seen the trend as of lately, it is mainly 2 games, next big thing, as well as this one, and some collab stuff on the side. After that, we're moving back into Alien Isolation. So, I just want to make sure that we're not mucking up the schedule too much and overwhelming myself as well as you guys. So we've got those. But anyways, yeah, I just want to know what you guys want to see in the future. Let me know. I've got a pretty good idea, and of course I haven't been sniffling all day, now I got the sniffles again as soon as I start loading. That's kind of the trend. But anyways, this music's beautiful. So calming yet eerie at the same time. Shall we get started? Mitzi! What am I doing again, Mitzi? Examine. She reminds me of myself when I was younger. I'm not sure if I can fully trust her, but so far she seems pretty genuine. Maybe I'll give her a chance. I think I'm going to get wine glasses, from what I remember. So let's go, Susan. Alright, ooh, the window. Chair. Chair again. Sits. Yeah. This is just the rest of the game. Alright, maybe not. Piano. Cabinet. Alright, so we're going over here. Gonna have ourselves a good old drunken time. I'm pretty okay with that. We really just need to unwind, don't we? Into the cupboard. Take the corkscrew. And close the cupboard. So wait, so I got that. Open? Use the milk. No. That is not where you find wine, apparently. Make coffee, switch on, fill cup, examine. Escape. There we go. Where are the wine glasses? Oh, yeah, in the cupboard. That's right, back this way. But hey, I got the corkscrew. So that's the good news. In here. Take the wine glasses. Yeah. One for me and one for Mitzi. Yeah. I get the bigger one, obviously, because I've had a rougher life. Had a longer life. Rougher? Is that even the right word? More rough? I got you some wine glasses, girl. Here you go. Give.
I found some wine glasses.
Great. Now all we need is a corkscrew.
Way ahead of you. Here you go. Give.
There you go. Let's get that bottle open.
All right. That's all we need. Oh, Miss Ashworth, I really must say this before we start.
What's
Yeah?
that? Don't be an angry drunk.
I promise I won't cut your throat when you're asleep.
Oh, great. Thanks.
Very funny, Mitzi.
Oh, no, I mean it.
That's fine. But just so you know,
I might cut yours.
I always sleep with my eyes open.
Oh. Well, alright. Mitzi. Mitzi, that's not safe. Why are you sitting there? Mitzi, you've been drinking. This is gonna end terribly. But anyways, the big C. Want to talk about it?
So, the big C. Want to talk about it?
Well, to be honest, I didn't really want to tell you about it like that. I put you in a very difficult position, I know. It's just that I was really desperate to get this room. I hope you can understand.
That's one way to sell
This
it.
is the last and most important thing I must do before my time is up.
It's fine. You seem alright. It's just... I find it hard to trust people these days. Maybe it's time I opened my eyes to see others have problems too. Some, like yourself, even bigger than mine. What kind of cancer is it? Do you mind me asking?
Brain tumor. Her name is glioblastoma.
That's not good.
Haha.
Ooh.
Yep, they're all girls, the way I imagine it. Just look at their names. Lymphoma, melanoma, myeloma, leukemia, sarcoma.
Oh, sorry.
Each of them a fucking goddess of death. Beautiful and ruthless.
Really?
You might just be right about that, Mitzi. I used to be a nurse. I know a few things about cancer. And I know glioblastoma. She's a real bitch.
Seriously.
Yeah, and yet she gets to be the prom queen before night ends, while I disappear down the back exit.
It's okay, you can be like Carrie.
How long?
They said I had a year. But that was 6 months ago, so... yeah. Not awfully long.
Well.
Is there anything...
They've tried.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's kind of depressing.
Yeah. So am I.
Way to bring the mood down.
Do you want to talk about something else?
Yes, please. Please. It's not raining anymore. How about that weather?
Oh, it's not raining anymore.
Oh well, I don't mind rain. Sometimes I even like it. But according to weather forecast, there's a nasty fog coming. Now that I'm actually scared of. I got lost in a fog once, when I was just 9 or 10. I remember I sat under a tree crying, thinking some monster would appear right in front of me and drag me away.
But now that you're a big girl, you know there are no monsters.
I'm not the kind that you were thinking of.
Yeah? How do you know?
I've never seen one, nor has anyone else. Maybe you're right. I'll believe in them. I kind of have to go for option number 2 here. I mean, we've kind of seen this already. At least the murder part. Nothing else, thank God.
The only monsters are us. Murderers, rapists, arsonists. They're the real beasts. So far from humanity, they're no longer capable of feeling compassion or guilt. They're the ones we should really be afraid of. But whether they're lurking in the woods or fog or the darkness of our cellars, it's all irrelevant. You can't predict what happens. You can't do anything to stop it.
Maybe that was the wrong answer.
There is only one way.
To kill them all.
You turn into a beast yourself.
Exactly.
And like them, you show no mercy.
Whoa! Where did that come from, Miss Ashworth?
You know.
I just don't like murderers. They're nothing but... parasites.
Just Susan things. How are you planning to find this guy?
How are you planning to find this guy?
I don't know yet. A bit of detective work, perhaps. It shouldn't be that hard, really. There are only 8 apartments here. One is yours. That leaves us with 7.
Good math. Good job.
I was hoping that you could give me a hand, actually. You know some of your neighbors, don't you?
Not many. I never really cared
We
about
really
them.
don't get along either.
They changed over the years, too. You probably also figured by now that this is not the sort of place where new neighbors are greeted with a freshly baked cake. You see a new face, you give them a blank stare as you pass them in the hall, and you forget about them a minute later.
That bad, eh?
Well, there's that bald guy who lives above me in flat 5. He came here recently to shout in my face.
That's so nice of him.
He's a nasty piece of work, but I really don't think he's the person you're looking for.
What does he do for a living?
I think he's a train driver.
Just a dick. That's his job title.
I can't imagine somehow that my guy would be a train driver. Okay, that's good. Leaves us with just 6.
Oh,
Anyone else you know?
I'd have to think.
You know, maybe not tonight. Let's just talk about something else, okay? I have plenty of time. There's no need to rush this. Maybe tomorrow we could sit down together and make a plan.
I'd like to take it slow.
I could draw a simple map of the building, and with your help, mark down who lives where.
Sounds good to me, Mitzi.
You mentioned a boyfriend. Ooh, tell me about this. When's he stopping by?
You mentioned a boyfriend. Tell me something about him.
Yeah, okay. Let's talk about him.
Oh, this is going well. Good conversation.
His name's Jack.
All right. Daniels?
He's dead.
Ah, Jesus Christ.
Oh,
Can we have a good conversation here?
Miss Ashworth, are you sure you want to listen about my miserable life? I don't want to bring you down. These aren't happy stories.
I'm noticing.
and I'm not a happy stories kind of person. I'm sure you've noticed by now.
I Guess so. Anyway, I suppose I would have had to tell you about Jack sooner or later. After all, he is the main reason I'm here.
Go on.
I just don't know where to start.
Start from the beginning. Tell me how you two met. How did you take the news about your cancer? Jack made the pictures on your wall. Let's see. Tell me how you two met. Yeah, let's start from the beginning.
Tell me how you two met.
Oh, we knew each other for like forever. We grew up on the same street. It's funny how we seem to be made for each other. A perfect match. I always knew he was the guy for me, and I'm sure he never doubted that either. Jack was absolutely crazy about me. We thought one day we would marry, have children, be happy.
Alright. And then?
I never had many friends because I had Jack. I didn't need anybody else. You know, if there's one thing I'm really grateful for in my life, it's that I got to experience this pure, perfect love. Some people go through a lifetime without knowing how it feels. I guess I've been very lucky.
And then what happened?
But all luck runs out sometimes.
How did he take the news about the cancer?
How did he take the news about your cancer?
He thought I was joking at first.
Oh, that's nice of him.
He laughed. Then he got really angry.
Alright.
I swore to him I was serious, but he still wouldn't believe me. We had a big fight that night. It was our first and only fight. But it was awful. He smashed some stuff. His guitar, of all things, was the worst. He loved that guitar. Why did he break it?
It's what all rockers do.
He was absolutely furious.
He was just practicing for a show. That's all.
He walked out on me that night, and when he came back the next day, he was different. Begged me to try surgery and chemotherapy. I didn't really want those things, but I did the chemo for him. It didn't help. It just made me feel sick all the time. I felt trapped in this strange place where nothing that happened around me seemed real. Maybe that's why I didn't see what my cancer was doing to Jack, and it was destroying him as well. He changed. He became obsessed with death. It seemed death was all he ever thought about, even though it was me, not him, who was supposed to die.
Alright. So we went a little crazy. I got nothing for this. I'm just getting sad doing this part. I ain't gonna lie. But he made those pictures on the wall, didn't he?
Jack made those pictures on your wall. Was he an artist?
He always liked all kinds of morbid stuff, whether it was music, movies, paintings. So do I, really. We had that in common, amongst other things. People say it's depressing to listen to sad songs or watch sad films, but I never felt that way.
And I'm feeling
And
pretty
yet,
depressed.
you are scared of fog.
Oh, that's different. I might be scared of fog, but I like spiders. They're beautiful.
You must be out of your mind, Mitzi.
I was thinking the
No,
same
honestly,
thing.
there's a certain indescribable beauty in sadness. Just like there's beauty in the grey and ugly winter morning when you look past the obvious and notice what others can't see.
You must love my apartment then. It's like Ugly took a vacation here and never went home again.
That is beautiful. How did he die? Yeah, let's just bring the mood down even more, Susan.
How did he die? How did Jack die?
Okay, you don't have to keep saying it, man.
It was so distant to the last few weeks before he died. What I didn't know was that he kept looking for something. I don't think he even knew what exactly.
I just lost a
But it
contact
eventually
lens.
found him.
Oh, the lens. Okay, cool.
Or rather, he found him. There are those forums online, you know, about all sorts of stuff. Fishing, computer games, horses, gambling, addictions. Everything, really.
They all go well together.
Accidentally, Jack stumbled upon one about suicide.
That one, not so much.
There's a guy there. Calls himself the Eye of Adam. He's a fucking god on that forum.
A troll. That's the word we're going.
It's like a failed suicide club. People mostly try to help each other and offer support. Sometimes it just helps to know there are others like you. To listen to their stories and how they cope with their lives. But the Eye of Adam is an advocate of death.
Advocate of douche.
He dwells on human weakness. His job is to plant an idea, to give them a reason to die and tell them how to do it, once and for good.
It's terrible.
Jack took the bait. Before he knew, he was completely brainwashed. One day he sat down with me and tried to explain his perfect solution. It was the Romeo and Juliet kind of scenario. We were both to die together in each other's arms. It was supposed to be a quick and foolproof death. There was no chance we would have been saved. All thanks to the Eye of Adam, who created a tool for perfect suicide. He told me it was very simple. All we needed were 2 easily accessible household chemicals, which combined together create a gas called hydrogen sulfide that kills you within a couple of minutes.
It's a mustard gas. Alright.
I told him he was fucking nuts, of course, but he just wouldn't give up. He reasoned with me, then he begged, and eventually just kept screaming at me. I figured it was his crazy idea of a modern romance, but it was downright tacky and just wrong.
Probably got the idea off Pinterest, so that explains why it's tacky.
Finally, he said he would get everything ready and wait for me in our special place at dawn. 5 in the morning. Don't be late.
I woke up
Those were
late.
his last words he said to me. Then he stormed out.
My alarm didn't go off.
I cried for hours, thinking I didn't deserve all that from the person I loved most in the whole world. A few times I even tried to persuade myself that maybe he was right and I should do it. But I just couldn't. I eventually fell asleep. I didn't plan it.
Oh, she really did sleep
My
in.
head was killing me. I was so tired. I woke up suddenly. I could see the sun rising out my window. It was nearly 5.
Okay, maybe not.
In utter panic, I threw myself off the bed and ran out the door. I needed to stop him. I needed to get there before it was too late. But right there in my bedroom, before I even left, I already knew it was.
So I just went back to sleep.